Hi, everyone. Welcome to Domain Sherpa, and thank you for tuning in to the podcast with the best domain name and digital asset content in the world. Today's episode is a Domain Sherpa review titled Students of Excellence, and it features Ammar, Shane, and Drew. And on today's show, we play the domain game featuring highschoolfootball.com, shoots.com, therugs.com, and usax.com. And then we've got the NameJetGonnaJet segment sponsored by NameJet, and we talk about some domains coming up for auction, including backtoback.com, flashdrive.com, prior.org, and gym.net. We also might talk a little bit about TaylorSwift and KobeBryant as well, and all that and more is coming up on today's episode. And remember, if you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, you could also watch the video version at DomainSherpa.com and on our YouTube channel at ds.tv. You can also listen to the shows on Apple and Spotify and other podcast platforms as well. So make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button where you can, because we very much appreciate it. Also, we're now integrating our shows with Muse.ai, which provides new search functionality for the shows and transcripts as well. And big shout out to Dan.com, the #1 place in the world to buy and sell your domains with a special platform made for domain investors. With that, it's now time to get into this episode of Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. So let's go. What's up, Sherpa Network? Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Jonathan Tenenbaum, a.k.a. JT, a.k.a. Jay on Sherpa Winfrey, John Burgundy, all that good stuff. And I'm the host and producer of Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. We are back with a Domain Sherpa review, where we get into the minds of some of the most successful domain investors in the world, literally in the history of time, using real examples so we can learn strategies and tactics to become more successful domain name investors ourselves. These guys are the OGs, the experts. They're more my co-hosts than my guests. So let me run through the 4 segments really quick. As y'all know, everybody who watches this show, we got the grand opening, intro of the Sherpas, do what we do. Segment 2, the domain game, where we hear what the Sherpas recently bought, sold, or they'll highlight a domain. Everybody will guess what it was bought or sold for. We'll keep track and eventually get some swag to the winner. As you can see, 3 of the 4 right now are rocking the new swag, the new hoodies. We got the blue inside, the royal blue. It's
I still got NameJet rolling.
We doubling up. We're going Domain Sherpa on the outside.
Pay for the sweatshirt, so we can't forget the people that make all this possible.
Well, that's right.
Absolutely.
And that's a great segue into segment 3, which is NameJetGonnaJet, sponsored by our friends at NameJet, where we review a list of domains coming up for auction and see what the Sherpas like and what they don't like. And then last but not least, we'll wrap up with GrandClosing, where we discuss anything we haven't covered already, maybe talk about what's going on in the domain space, looking at the market trends, current events, allowing our guests to mention and promote anything they want to talk about that we have not already discussed. So with that, let's go ahead and introduce the Sherpas. Over to my right, I got my boy Shane Culture, a.k.a. Sugar Shane, a.k.a. Honey Shane, a.k.a. doing it for the culture. What's up, dude? Just like in that movie, come back, Shane. That's what we say, and then here we are, So what's happening?
It's not the same with not handing the mic over to Ammar and like feeling his breath on my neck. It was
I know. Hey, look,
and so nice.
What y'all did in the in your hotel room, I can't speak to. You know what I'm saying?
Braden told me, he said he missed how quiet it was, just so quiet when I was gone. I think it was a backhanded compliment, but I took it as a compliment. So
yeah, he's like, but it's kind of the indent in the couch where he sat was still there.
Yeah, so no, it was
looking longingly.
It was hard leaving, but no, it was fantastic. Everything's going good, man. Fall. I don't know what it is about, and you guys don't get it quite in Las Vegas out there, but when that fall weather comes and the leaves start turning, and man, it's just such a good time of year. I don't know why my mood goes up, but it certainly does. It's just a good time of year.
My mood is directly correlated with the temperature. So temperature goes up, my mood goes up. Temperature goes down, my mood goes down.
But what if it's perfect? Like, what's the perfect temperature? That's the thing.
Perfect temperature is 85 to 88 degrees with, a relative humidity below, let's say, 50%, maybe 60.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's
it. I'm a 67 to 75 with dry, bright sunshine. Like that's what I like. So
I'm in Drew's camp. I like mid 80s and I like it dry. Like it's just You know,
Ooh, baby, I
every-
like it dry.
That's why we live all over the
I
world.
don't like it
right
too
there.
dry though, because like when I'm in Vegas, I mean, you know, the little thing around my nails starts cracking and it hurts. You know, my lips crack. You know,
Well,
I don't work with all that
He's sensitive,
shit.
man.
You know
He's
what I'm saying?
sensitive. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. You know, he's gotta stay
want
hydrated and moisturized.
That's guys.
well, yeah, Drew, it may have nothing to do with the excess alcohol that you're also ingesting when you're in Vegas.
Well,
That
very true.
doesn't tend to dry you out at all.
yeah, I'd say, you know, for me,
as long
man,
as you keep it flowing, you're hydrated.
say for me, it's more like high 70s. I think, you know, like in that low 80s, maybe. You know, I'm definitely less of a humidity guy. I like that dry. You know, here in Florida, we get a lot of. It's so wet all the time, so that when the changes in temperature, when it drops down, it feels colder than it should. When it's cold, it feels hotter than it should. When it's hot, not a huge fan, but
yeah, but you
otherwise,
can't run 20 miles in that hot weather. That's a little too hot.
you know.
And us runners need a little cooler.
Exactly right.
Tell David Goggins that.
Oh, hey, stay hard. But yeah, no, but I love that fall weather that you're describing, Shane, and that reminds me of,
I think a lot of the country does. I mean, I really do. I think it, and I'm on a college campus too. So college campus, fall means kids come back, football games, a lot of activity. Had Kendall Jenner come by yesterday. She was pretty fun coming into town. So,
oh, there you go. It's like the Pope's in town. Traffic's back.
It was like the Pope was in town. I'm like, who is in town? You know, like when Obama came a couple of years ago, you can always tell something's going on because there is like black cars everywhere and the town's stirring up a little bit. But yeah, all is good, man. It's just go out this morning, out my door and go run and come home and eat and not worry is something I will not take for granted. And I never have, and I especially don't now. So.
Well, and I think that's obviously a great point. We do take a lot of things for granted living where we live and living the lives that we do. And, you know, definitely thoughts and all that. You know, I guess thoughts and prayers, but that sounds pretty superficial. But definitely, but a lot of thinking about a lot of what's happening to folks, you know, out there in the you know, especially in the Middle East. It's some pretty terrible stuff, and you know, it's really it's easy to lose perspective about how good you have it until, you know, things happen that you know, sort of snap you right back to reality, and you recognize, like, you know, exactly how fucked up it is in other places and for other people. So, well,
it just means when you talk to others and how you treat them and how you respond and the things you get worried about and the things you get mad about, double check yourself.
Exactly.
not just check
double
yourself.
Check yourself. Because
100%.
it's just stupid. You know, I talked to my daughter and she's this or that worried about it. I'm just like, hey, I get it. I totally get it. I cannot tell somebody that's worried not to be worried, but definitely think about your surroundings and what your problems are and realize they're not that big compared to somebody in other parts of the world. So again, not to be a message person, but that's just reality, man. You have to keep things in mind. How grateful you should be for where you're at. And again, a lot of us earned it. A lot of, you know, where we're sitting and where we are, but at the same time, you know, we're from here, and our parents and many of us had relatives that put through a lot of hardship to get over here. Now you know why. So
yeah, perspective is key. It really is.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, on that note, you know, let's keep it moving, and you know, but just know it is, and it's also tough to then be all like, yeah, you know, like laughing.
Yeah,
and,
you can't be like,
really,
exactly. My surfboard broke today. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. You know, it's like, okay, I'm sure that some people don't give a shit about that.
Yeah,
most people. So, all right. Well, but let's keep it moving, and we will get into some domain talk because, you know, you know, things will continue to move, the world will continue to turn, and you know, and we'll do what we do. So, to my lower right, we got my boy Andrew Rosner, aka Morpheus, aka the Sniper, Bob Lee Swagger, aka Drew. Drew got what I need. What's up, dude? How are you?
I am. You know, I'm great. I can't complain. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah,
I can't
I'm with
complain.
you. That will be a big theme.
I think Shane had a lot of you know, a lot of wisdom, and that's it. Just, you know.
You know what you can complain? You didn't get to see us. Like, I know you haven't been able to sleep for weeks.
Yeah.
But you didn't get to have some PF Changs.
I would have loved to have been with y'all. unfortunately, circumstances didn't allow it. I actually was in the States, but on the other coast, attending a little memorial service for my mentor and very close friend's son, who died of a fentanyl overdose. Another one of the major tragedies happening in our world right now. But nonetheless, I would have loved to have been there. But it didn't pan out.
We're coming to your house next time. So
exactly. Y'all gotta come this way.
Dude, a live Sherpa in Lisbon, I'm in.
Oh,
Trust me, it's way better over here.
Oh,
Let's go.
Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people are popping in over here, Teddy Worcester is going to be here Friday for the weekend. Zach Muskovich is going to be here next week. Who was just here? The DN.com Jack. My Chinese friend Jack. He was here. Had lunch with Jack. Who else was just?
What's his name?
I just saw. Well, it's not his real.
I know. I'm kidding.
His real name, but
I'm kidding.
A big shout out to him, man. He's doing big things, and I love his spirit and his energy, man.
He's a great dude. He's just he's got positive vibes.
I was gonna say, talking about people that are just like have good energy. He's just
good energy, man.
He always seems happy.
He's what you call boisterous. He's just like
he's taking over my feed. There's no doubt about it. Goodness.
Based on how much he writes on LinkedIn and Twitter, I expected that he spoke English. And then I had lunch with him, and he basically doesn't speak any English, but that dude is nice with the keyboard. I mean, he's just like doing the Google Translate, he's at least half speed, like you can have a conversation at half speed, and he's just he's good with it. He's the talent.
He does a good job. He's fun it's been fun to watch him.
Totally.
If it was P.F. Chang's, I'm out.
I was gonna say it was the worst food I've had. P.F. Chang's I'm sure gets better, but
our dinner the night before, the Friday night dinner that I arranged, or Saturday, whatever it was, I forgot. That was good, right? That place was fun. The vibe was good. Awesome. The food was good.
And by the way, my connection dropped for a second, so I don't know what that's going to look like when we. I don't know what's going on out here with my internet. But but real quick, P.F. Chang's, notwithstanding the quality of the P.F. Chang's cuisine, it was great to see everybody. We were happy, and this is on behalf of Domain Sherpa, to pick up the bar tab for everybody, so that and it was really, really cool to spend that kind of time with a lot of people that we haven't seen in a while, So I'd super enjoyed that. It was really cool to see everybody in person, and big shout out to like Todd Ryan. That's my guy. Shane. We were talking like Todd, man. He just goes from one segment to he goes from a topic to another. We call him Topic Ryan.
Yeah, I like unique, novel people. I like people that live novel lives. I like people that think not in a novel way. I like people that are just, unique. They are, the true definition of human diversity, right? And Todd is a unique, novel dude. He is.
Yes.
Todd is the truth, man.
He's a G.
He is a very generous.
He's super kind and generous. Yeah, I returned his bag of commas and periods at the door when he left them.
Yeah, he's also the human solution to the energy problem. I mean, we can just plug some fucking cables into him, and we have a sustainable fucking source of energy for ever.
Yeah, he definitely just stand next to him and you're like a Tesla when you stand next to him. He's just refilling your battery as he goes.
He's literally the only human being I've ever encountered that makes me look like I'm on slow motion.
Yeah. Dude. I've never seen weed that's like Adderall. So, but he's a good man. He's generous. He's kind. He's thoughtful.
Get him on the show. We gotta get Todd on the show. That's
Todd's a good guy.
Big shout out to Todd and everybody that we got to hang with. There were a lot of folks, and it was definitely a good time. And shout out to the crew and all the Domain Sherpa folks. I mean, the show I thought was awesome. Shout out to Braden for helping to coordinate that stuff and to hosting us in Woodland Hills, the Viscount of Woodland Hills, and to Jen and Adam. And, I mean, Jen making the long trip, Adam making the trip, Shane, you made the trip. I mean, it was Billy coming through and, Cam, Josephine. I mean, really, it was awesome. It was it was a special time. Those times of getting together in person, you don't do it all the time, so it makes it that much better. And I know Drew was FOMOing a little bit until it was like, oh wait, you guys are going to PF Chang's.
Yo, when I heard about PF Chang's, I was like, yo, I'm so glad I'm not going.
I'm out. But it's not about where it was. It's about everybody that got together. I actually enjoyed the food, but but that's how
Drew, if you had come out, we would have found a way to find a different place.
We would probably been at Nobu. We've been sitting at Nobu on the beach.
I'll tell you, Catch the night before was awesome. That was a great recommendation, Ammar. That was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
That gave me old domain party vibes when the check came through, and I got all nervous. Like that's
who's gonna get
like when I first started domain investing, and they invite you to the club, and then the bill would come, and you'd look at it and go, oh, and so we were eating well and having a good time, and then I was like, when the check came out and it had a cart to hold all the paper from the receipt.
Yes,
I knew that was going to be. I knew we had a good time. So,
dude, that's just LA. That's Vegas. That's any big city. You go to a nice place. It's not cheap.
Yeah. No, you get what you pay for, and it's all good.
No, it was a great time, and I thank the Sherpa for carrying me along and paying for things, and just a great time. I know this segment went on pretty long, but to sum it up, I know remote work and the talk about that, but it proved that you got to get your crew, your company, your people together at least a couple times a year, because you just don't get a bond. You don't get to know the people until you sit right next to them and you share the mic. So that's just part of what you have to do. I don't think everybody has to sit in an office every day together, but you have to do what we did to really complete a good bond of a team. So
100%. And that was fantastic. Just like for the MediaOptions crew, when we got together in Lisbon earlier this, a couple months prior, those are the kinds of things that you have to do. And that's why, we wanted to make, had the opportunity with Jen making the trip to get everybody gathered up, and it worked out great. Next time we'll get the mics, we'll get the clip-on mics, and we'll tighten it up.
No, we're good. Ammar and I,
production. Big shout out to Billy, man. He really
did. Billy is awesome.
So,
yeah, that final product was legit. Yeah, very good.
Let's not hype him up too much. You know what I'm saying? He does watch every episode.
Billy's the man. Let's not forget about the late night talks at the Monkey Bar. That was some good shit too.
Oh yeah. No, it was all good. With the different cocktails and funky names, but we're gonna leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Anyway, all good stuff. All right. Well, let me wrap up.
Introduce Ammar.
Yeah, I know, right? We didn't even get there yet. Below me, we got my boy Ammar Kuba, aka King Kuba, aka Danny Ocean, aka Ammar Zan, aka Kuba Soze, aka AK.
Oh, nice.
Like I don't know. There's something there. I'm gonna keep working on it. Anyway, what's up with you, man? Other than anything we haven't already covered before we get into the domain game?
No, we've said it all. We're good. Life is good, and grateful. We're all good.
Can you see the sphere? That's all I question. Can you see it from here?
Yep, I can.
Oh, really?
I'll be looking at I look at it all day.
Our spot is ridiculous. I can see the Eiffel Tower. I can see part of the Bellagio fountains. I can see the sphere, the top part, not the whole thing, because I'm blocked by Bellagio. So I can see the top part of the sphere, so I can see kind of what they're doing, and I can see the Ferris wheel.
What would it cost to turn for like 1 night?
450,000 a day for the sphere.
450 to turn it into a uni boob for one night?
Anything you want. Yeah.
I don't know that's an interesting question. You know that, Shane?
Yeah, it's 450,000 a day right now. Yeah, I checked into it.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. Because I saw the other day they had like the Monday Night Football, and I'm like, how much does that cost to run that? And I'm sure that one time, I'm sure they break it down into segments, but I think
right.
to get the whole day into whatever your ad is, it's about $500,000. So, which is
I would say like right now, where whatever you put on there is going to attract additional media coverage. That's actually a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, if you have something specific to sell, then
Yeah.
Well, no, because it is so novel. I mean, when it's like the first time these things are being introduced to people. And when I saw the somebody had posted YouTube, maybe it was like LeBron James or something, was like the inside of the concert. Yeah. And the first image I saw, the sphere wasn't doing anything inside. So it just looked like, I was like, oh, that's cool, I guess. I didn't realize you could go inside it. Great. You know what I mean? But then, like, as more stuff started coming through and it was like, you know, it was popping all over the feeds those couple of days, it was like, holy shit, this is crazy. I mean, I thought it was sick on the outside. Inside is even more wild. Like,
I'm gonna try to go either later this month or next month to see that show, because I have a friend that went. It's just like insane. So is
it like U2 has a residency there now? Or
no, they're changing. Next is like Harry Styles or something. Is next.
Yeah, but yeah, U2
because I'm Taylor Swift only, you know what I'm saying? Like
U2's they signed a contract for like 2 or 3 months. So they are doing a residency for a short period.
Yeah.
And then, but yes, it's going to be open to anybody.
All right, awesome. Let's move on to domains, but just on the quick Taylor Swift note, I just read this morning, she sold already $100 million in tickets, not to her concerts, to the movie about her concerts.
Yeah. She's the fucking force,
$100 million.
But here's as a business people on this group, the novel thing is she took away the production and the people, she did the deals directly with AMC, no middleman. When you're negotiating income, 55% of the theater, 45% is going to be split between her and AMC, the company. So there's nobody in between that. So negotiation, man, that's everything. Not only do you get a good price, but when you negotiate it so you don't start giving money to people that don't deserve it or haven't done anything. Yeah. Always keep that in mind when you're negotiating.
I agree, but you also have to, you can't discount her leverage, right? There's
true.
There's 3 people in the world in the music business that have that leverage, right? And she's one of them. So
she's the top of the pack,
right? So I mean, like there's a rumor she's dating the guy from
Kelsey.
Casey,
right? Kelsey, brother of Jason Kelsey. Let's be sure we give.
I don't even know who any of these people are.
No, but I mean, so just that rumor, the guy's jersey is blowing up. Like she's moving. Her dating him is moving his jersey numbers, right? Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Look, her impact in pop culture and everything, and her influence is wild. You know, it's interesting. I saw like a video clip on like Instagram or something where KobeBryant was talking about how. They're like, wait, you listen to Taylor Swift? And he was like, yeah. He's like, she's so successful, you know, and she writes all her own songs. And she's basically was saying like, you know, it's just, he's like, I pay attention to all the people who are like, you know, super successful in their fields to understand what it is that makes them successful and what are things that can be gleaned from that, you know, as a way to just, you know, better yourself. And I thought that was a really interesting, and that's also what helped make Kobe so special, you know? And now the difference too, though, is he had daughters, and he's like, yeah. And when we go to the Taylor Swift concert, she comes down and says, "What's up?" And you know, just taking care.
But
he
was a student of excellence.
Excellent.
Student of that's awesome. I don't know if did you just come up with that?
I did.
That is a great, amazing way to put it. And that is important when they talk about like, you know, you try to absorb the things around you, right? To better yourself. Like, you know, you're a product of the people you spend the most time with and things like that. And like, you know, and Kobe was very big about trying to take those sort of lessons and cues from things within like, you know, in the universe that, you know, like you said, a student of excellence. I love that. I want to be a student of excellence.
Well, you're in the right group.
There you go. See, hey, look at that.
You were talking to the right guy.
Hey, the teachers were there last week, so
that's it. All right. Well, good stuff. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's slide into the domain game. So Billy can mark the time on the show that, you know, like he does on the so people know how to skip all the early banter and go right into the heart of it. All right, so Shane, I know for you, have you sold anything, or you have a name that you want to throw out? I have,
but I keep putting them in public places, so I don't.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, the domain game, I mean, it's, you know, there's some benefit.
I'm going to do the same thing. Again, I've been
sold, but I think just calling out specific names that are selling.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm all into comps anyway. So, and again, I'll go ahead and say this was an auction that ended, and I don't think anybody here played it. So it's highschoolfootball.com.
Ooh, okay.
High school football, all 3 words.
Speaking JT's language.
I do. I mean, youth sports, man, that's like part of my life.
Wait, so that was
also a domain.
That one was actually an auction that ended last week, or maybe even this week.
Got it.
I've written down.
We're treating it like a buy. We're treating it like a buy.
We're treating it like a buy, but I'm saying it's an auction, so at least to be fair, that you know. But I have a book that I've written down all these interesting names of what they've gone for, and that's on my list.
All right. Let's see if I overvalued this because of again with my.
It's a raw name. It is a raw name. There's no backlinks. I don't. All right, let's flip them up.
Hold on.
Okay.
All right.
So Ammar's $2,500. Drew is $4,895, and I'm $6,499. So we're all kind of in the same pocket.
See, you won it. Nobody's even close. It went for $35,000.
Wow!
Hey, is that
I actually lowered it. I had it at 90. I had it at 9,999, but then you were like, "Well, there's nothing on it," so I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'm gonna real quick."
Yeah.
But that's great. And where was it? GoDaddy Auctions?
It was GoDaddy Auctions. Yeah, it's GoDaddy. But think about that.
They're gonna actually pay.
Well, so here's a couple of things, right? And this is why I think a name like this, to justify why somebody paid what they paid. And again, so I've got kids in middle school that are pretty active athletically. We're in an area where there's a lot of sports, a lot of Friday night lights, and all that kind of stuff happens here where we are. And around a handful of different athletes at different levels that do this kind of stuff. So, but youth sports has become huge business. High school sports is kind of what college sports was probably 10, 15 years ago. College sports are now borderline pro level because you've got NIL deals and everything else. So now what is happening is this cascading downward, if you were, there's so much money being pumped in.
If you will,
I'm sorry. Yes. I knew that sounded weird. And then it was like, I was trying to correct what I said, but I couldn't even remember exactly how I said it to correct it. Student of excellence, baby. But, but yeah, so, and then you've got this dynamic of parents that are willing to pay all sorts of money for their kids, because they want their kids to be special, and it's just become big business across the board. Youth sports sold on NameJet for about $5,000 some dollars, like maybe 2-3 years ago. I regret that I didn't buy that name at the time because I do think that, again,
that's a better name than high school football.
Yeah, except that
in high school football in Texas, the stadiums are 35,000 people. All the kids sign NIL deals are in high school now. The good high school players are making $100,000 a year.
That's wild.
It's more than a $10 billion industry. It is absolutely astronomical how big, especially Texas and Florida. Like those 2 states alone are bigger than some college in other states. It's just
100%.
If you can monetize that name, that 35 grand is a steal, honestly. If
just because of how much, and to Shane's point, I mean, you've got stadiums that are being built that are, millions and millions. Literally,
$100 million high school stadiums.
Wow.
After I saw there was one school district that when they built one of those had just built one for 40 million. You know what I mean? And they're building a new one now for like 100. I mean, it
wasn't
crazy.
big enough.
It's crazy. And so now the question just becomes, how do you monetize it? Right. Obviously that's somebody who's buying that name with my guess would be that that's somebody who's buying it with a plan to try to do something with it versus just flipping it. Because that's not a name that you'll buy for 30 to try to sell for 100 or 300 or whatever.
But look at our auction results on GoDaddy right now. I would not exaggerate and say 6 out of 10 are backlink and history and juice names. The prices that you're seeing have nothing to do with the raw domain. Its value is in all of its history and its ability to bring juice to other names that monetize. It's a whole new ballgame in domains when it comes to auctions. And that's because I go over them every single day. I look at every result, every auction, and it's getting bigger and bigger. And history is valuable, and it's really coming through on domain names.
History is valuable. I like that too. That's good. That's a solid little thing. So all right, well, cool. All right, congratulations to me. What from currently in the lead, Drew? What do you got? You got a buy or a sell?
Oh man, I had something. I forgot what it was. I fucked that shit up again. Hold up.
This is a time where Adam or Braden comes in and says, "Are we playing a new version? Like, did you not know that we had?"
You've never played this game because we're playing something we've never played before, and Drew is not prepared.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
you know, I really have basically stopped buying domains lately for the most part, and so it's not as easily, it's not as easy for me to just pull it out. All right, I got a little sale. All right, no, okay, here, we'll go with this one. All right, shoots.com. It's a sale.
THUTES?
SHOOTS. Like bamboo shoots.
Oh, is that how you spell bamboo shoots?
Yeah.
Like shoots a gun? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shoots
As
and
opposed to
ladders.
what? Is there another way to
It's
spell
not shoots
shoot?
and ladders.
there's
Shoots is
Oh,
the city.
shoots, like UTES. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not shoots, it's shoots. Pew pew. Yeah. I have a general
Photo
idea.
shoots.
What's that?
Photo shoots, bamboo shoots.
Ooh, I like. That's a good point. That's really good. I have a general idea what this sold for, so I'm out on this one. So it's just Shane and Ammar going head to head, but photo shoots. That's a good.
Exactly.
That's a solid use case right there. All right, Ammar, Shane, whenever you're ready to flip. Ooh, okay. We got $49,900 from Ammar. We got $85,000 for Sugar Shane. Drew, tell him.
$35,000.
Boom.
Yeah.
So Ammar gets the point. And let's talk a little bit about when did you buy it? How much did you pay for it? How long did you hold it?
Bought it for $5,000. I think about 5, 6, 7 years ago. I can look it up. The reason I bought it, actually, it might have been about 8 years ago, because I remember, I guess it was Biden had just come into office, right? That was 2008. And, economy was going into the shitter. The whole world was a mess, right? And so
I think he means Obama.
Okay.
Who was it? Who
Or
was
18. It's either 18.
No, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
You're
not
saying
18.
Well, Biden just came in, so
yeah.
unless you're talking about Biden with assistance.
Biden came in, and
no, I said Obama. I said Biden.
Technically, you said Biden. Billy,
I said Obama, didn't I?
No, you said Biden, but I said I
throw in the flag.
I meant Obama. I remember, I guess it was Biden had just come into office, right? That was 2008. And, economy was going into the shitter.
We got you.
But
Democrats.
basically, the economy was in the shitter, and they did the stimulus thing. And, this was before people knew what stimulus meant. And they said, we're looking for shovel ready projects. We're looking for green shoots. Show us those green shoots.
Yeah.
We're ready to invest in any green shoots. And that was why I bought that at that time. I thought for $5,000 it was worth a punt. But there really isn't a lot of great business applications for it. It's a little bit awkward as a plural.
It's a brandable, right? Like, so that's why I think the two best uses, I think, are what you were saying, like the green shoots, like for startups, or like some kind of incubator, or photo shoots. I think is actually a great brand for that.
I was thinking it was a gun range like Topgolf.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
that
could also be shooting range. Yeah,
could also be a decent brand for something like that, right? But that doesn't exist today, and so who's your buyer?
No, I think $35,000 a reasonable. Is that
trade price? Yeah,
I had it priced at 75. I was looking for 50. This guy topped out at 35. I'm happy to take 35 today, right?
Yeah.
We're headed to a whole bunch of geopolitical uncertainty. So,
Yeah.
You know, I would encourage people to be flexible.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I got for you.
Shoot. What's that? Eat, shoots, and leaves. Sell, shoots, and leaves. There you go. Never mind that joke.
You know what the person who bought it is going to do with it?
No idea. No idea. No idea. Right now, it's still parked.
Isn't that funny how that happens all the time? Like constantly.
I was just telling JT the other day, a domain like we sold for millions of dollars. Like, I don't know, that was at least 6 months, 9 months ago. Hasn't updated. It's still on my park page.
Yeah. No.
More money.
Remember the days back in parking where you'd sell a name that parked well and paid well, and then you'd sell it to someone and they wouldn't switch anything over, and you'd still make money for the next year on that domain. You got the money for the domain and you got the parking revenue for another year. It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
It's also why we don't cancel our subscriptions.
Shit. I had another good one. I had a better one I could have shared.
Well, let's wait and see what happens here on this next round. So we might need that one after all. All right, Ammar, what do you got?
I got a sale.
Okay.
Tell me if I don't think I used this one before. The rugs, rugs.com.
Yeah.
The rugs.
Coming from the Persian.
Arab.
The rugs. All right. All right, cool. Let's see. So this was a sale.
Yeah.
Changed it 4 times. We'll see.
All right. Drew?
Oh, shit.
He forgot how to play the game again.
Don't worry. It's the first time he's played it, so he just doesn't.
Listen, truth be told, my mind is quite frazzled. Okay, so
well, based on all our hair, we could all use some rugs.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, there you go.
Rugs.
The rugs.
I should have shaved my head for this episode.
There was a German guy, what was it, Daniel something, and he was like the king of the rug business, literally like worldwide, online king of the rug business, and he happened to be a domainer. He had rugs.com and rugs.de and rug.org and blah, blah, blah. He had all those names. Wonder if he bought it. Anyways, let's go.
Oh, yours is off, Drew.
Hold on.
Okay, so we've got Shane at 8,500, Drew at 14,895. I've got 24,895.
Damn,
we vibing with the 895.
That's a big number.
Shout out Reverie Brothers.
Okay, 9,900.
99. Oh,
so
Shane.
Who wins? Shane.
Shane gets the point. Yeah. So all right. How long do you have it? What'd you buy it for? And I just assume if you sell that, it means you're selling at a premium. And
I mean, I paid under 1,000 for it, and I think I had it for a long time, probably at least. I don't know the exact date, right? I can look it up, but it was years, and so I got a 10x on it, and like rugs are a huge business, but at the same time, that name hasn't gotten a lot of interest, and so I was like, I had I've been doing more buy nows. I think I've been telling you guys that I like most of my sub 100K names. I mean, even my more than 100K names, but all my sub 100K names are priced, right? So I'd rather undersell it a little bit. Like maybe somebody would have paid 25K JT at some point, but I was very happy to take the 10K.
Sure. Well, look, anytime you're getting 10, 20X, I mean, that's a win. And, we just recently went through that exercise on our side where we effectively priced all the names and, listing anything below 10K. We've got to go through and clean up some of the, above 10K, below 50, and going through the different buckets in order to get them priced properly in order to drive sales, right? I mean, when you got that many names, you got to sell some, you got to keep it moving. And,
right, exactly.
And I think, it's always an interesting thing when you guys are talking about, you have these names for years, you have the insight as to how interested people are in those, right? So if you've never gotten any inquiries, never gotten any offers, you've had it listed for sale,
well, let me see. I'm going to look right
when
now.
the getting's good.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's a reasonable price. I don't think it was bad at all. But I'm looking right now to see. I don't see any inquiries. So I don't know if it's gotten. Oh yeah, there was one inquiry back in 2017. Another one in 2016. I bought it in 2016.
Okay.
So and I think
interest early. You thought, oh, this is gonna make me some motherfucking
money. I'm
like,
I'm gonna retire on this name.
Like I'm gonna bump the price up, and then it was nothing for 7 years.
Right.
I was like it was lost in the desert. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
So hey, well, good stuff, man.
So it was good. I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think anytime that you're 10 plus Xing your investment, in that time frame, it's like.
The other thing I've been doing is I've been shortening on the lower end the length of payment plans. So now I have it, if it's 5K or less, there's no payment plan. Up to 10K, 5 to 10K, I think I'll do 6 months. And then I'll do 12 months up to 100K, I think. But whereas before I was doing like 24, 36 months, at 100K. Now I'm if somebody says I'll do 100K, but I need 3 years, I'll probably, we can talk about it. But my setting is, the default setting is, I think 12 or 24 months now for 100K.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because
and names are still selling. Like before I was doing 6 months up to 5K, and I removed that and they're still selling. Yeah. So,
and if you're a Dan, you can keep the interest to 0 as long as you keep it under 12 months, you can lump sum the first payment. So if you have $100,000 name, you can say, I want it 12 months, but you got to pay me 25 grand as the first payment. That is doable and no interest. But yeah, you can.
Oh, I didn't know.
But if it goes over 11 months,
how do you set that?
You have to work it out with your rep. Yeah, you have to work it out with your rep. Yeah, but it's still doable. But if it goes to 12 months, then they tack on another 10%, and things start getting a little messy. But it is good to know that you can offer payments on bigger ones and get enough that they're not taste testing things to get it. So they put down a sizable amount that if they default, then you at least got a big chunk of change. So
yeah,
it should be better. It should be payment plans you can set up.
It should be self-serve. You should be
able to put big payments up front or big payments in or do whatever the hell you want. It's not that hard to set up, but evidently there's reasoning behind it. So there's always something to complain about, right?
Because reasons, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
All right. Well, look, we have a 3-way tie. Drew, do you have another name that you can throw out? Maybe something I don't know about? Maybe big sale you just tell us about.
I was going to use mo.co, mo.co, but you know about that one, so I can use it. All right, let me go into the dregs. Let's see. Hold on.
And I got a whole book of. Oh, I'm in the tie though, so
it's everyone but
out.
Drew.
You out. Hold on. Where's my damn inventory? Hold on. I feel like I did just buy something.
I just noticed Drew's got. Is that the new Elon Musk book in your shelf? Have you just throw that?
I don't have the new Elon Musk. That's the old one.
Okay. But anyway, I didn't mean to distract all you listeners.
I did just get an original print, first print, original copy of The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, and upstairs I got from my wife for my birthday an original print. This one I bought. Fountainhead original print.
Wow.
Ayn Rand. And then upstairs
you're like that guy from that show that was creepy that he was a book guy and he would put people in the basement and yes, that was such a good show.
What's you?
You gotta watch
it's a great one.
It's so good.
First season is as solid a television as you get. Yeah.
This is okay. It's literally called YOU, and dude is a bit of a obsessive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Falls in love. You know what I mean?
But he loves his first edition books.
So, anyways, I got a first edition Atlas Shrugged first print, which is a very meaningful book to me.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Anyways,
get your libertarianism on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And,
objectivism, you uneducated fool.
objectivism. Hey, I'm just a student of excellence, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not a
Let's go.
student of politics.
I'm a student of excellence. All right. What do you got something though? You got a name? The dregs?
Yeah, I got distracted again. Hold on.
We
How do
don't
you
we don't
sort
win
this shit?
anything. We all got our sweatshirts. I feel like we're playing for gravel.
Hold on, let me just do this. Let me do this a different way. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Let me just
Take your time. Take
Just
your
pick
time.
one of us as your favorites and winner.
Right. Let the audience vote.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Oh, the audience vote. I'm gonna come in last.
wait.
Hey,
did
vote
we ever
number two.
do blck.com? But you know that one. I can't say.
I know that one. Yeah,
We can move on. Nobody really cares. We're all winners.
that's
the
true.
audience is
We can just
Yeah.
keep it moving. If you don't, we'll give Drew another minute. If you can't find one that we can guess on, then we'll keep it. We'll keep it going.
we got a NameJet's.
It's tough to, or we could just pick one and let you can do it, Drew, and it's just between Shane and Ammar. Since I'm just.
Oh wait, hold up. I think I got one. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. This is a purchase. USAX.
Okay, that I don't know.
.com.
Yeah.
USAX,
I like
baby. All right.
Mirror.
USAX.
USAX.
USAX. USAX.
I like that one. Was it in an auction or just?
GoDaddy auction, baby.
Yeah,
Inspired.
I remember seeing it, I think.
All right.
All right.
Let me know when y'all.
Yeah.
Now I
Hey,
wanna
by the
check.
way, weren't we supposed to buy a domain together?
Yeah, we
I
were
forgot what it
talking
was.
about it. We got a.
Well, and what happened?
It was on you. You said that.
No, it was on you.
No. Which one?
Yeah, it was on you.
Well, okay, but tell me that later.
More time for me to change my number. All right, ready,
Yeah.
set, flip. All right, we've got Shane at 3850, JT at 6,499, and Ammar at an even 10 grand.
I like that. I like that.
It's tight. It's tight. It's tight. $5,777. So who's the winner?
That would be me. That would
Yeah.
be me with
What'd
the
you
win.
have?
Yeah, you beat him by about $200. You beat
That
Shane
was
by
like
about
I had
200 bucks.
6,500, and I actually had 7,500. But then, as Ammar and Drew were
I
continuing their
had
banter,
4,800, but then you said auction, and I'm like, I don't know. Like auctions are a little bit less. Dang it!
all right. So
Oh,
what did you say? You bought it for a little
That's a
over
great
5 grand.
That's a great name.
Yeah, 57 cents. I thought I stole that name, to be honest.
I think you stole it.
$5,777 for USAX. That seems
I think that's a
crazy to
great
me.
name. That's
Yeah.
a great.
Yeah, 4
I
characters are interesting. They really, have this big old spread where it's like, and
Well, but those are 4 characters are a huge spread, like you said. But this is a really meaningful 4 characters. It's like
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
USA X,
you
baby.
did good on that one, Drew.
yeah, I agree.
All right, and I did good because I won. So, let's remember who the real winner is here, Ammar. But all right, well, good stuff. I'm gonna give myself another sweatshirt and and a pat on the back and a pat on that same sweatshirt.
MediaOptions is the industry's leading domain broker specializing in domain acquisitions, high-value domain sales, and domain name consultation. As pioneers and thought leaders on the subject of the domain aftermarket and domain name value, plus through their clear domain acquisition service, MediaOptions offers startups and established corporations an unparalleled scope of high-value domain options, providing access to domain names and curation technologies not available elsewhere. MediaOptions believes in the power of a great domain name and is dedicated to helping you obtain yours. Call or email today to put a domain to work for you.
All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get into NameJetGonnaJet, sponsored by NameJet. We're going to review a list of domains coming up for auction, see what the Sherpas like, what they don't like. Remember, as always, first of all, we get no kind of affiliate benefit here. We're just really trying to help y'all identify names and give you guys some guidance as to at least just what we think. Remember, not financial advice. We're just talking for the sake of talking. Hopefully, it does help give you guys some thoughts and things and some
hopefully you're
direction.
students of excellence.
Students, if you're students of excellence, you are at the right place. So you
came to the right place.
Go to the Domain Sherpa page. You can download the list. It's got the Estabot valuations. It's got the some search information, how many back orders as of the time that we record the show, when the back order end date, and all that good stuff. So with that, who wants to take the first crack? Drew, you want to take the first crack at the list and let us know what you like and what you don't like?
Sure. So unlike the last list we evaluated, I really like a lot of names on this.
Really?
It makes me feel good. I don't know why. It's like I have no responsibility other than I just pick the names out of the group of the names.
Yeah.
But I still feel somewhat invested.
All right. So I'm gonna go with polygons.com.
Okay.
As my favorite. All right. It's got some traffic. It's got some search. It's a nice brand. Polygons are kind of the ubiquitous logo of every single company in crypto. It is it's just a nice little name. And yeah, I like it. I want to own that though for, $5-7 grand, something like that.
44,460.
Huh?
The Estabot says 44,460. You want to own it for that?
No, I want to own it for under 10, and I'd be looking for probably 75. Probably price it at 99 or something like that. I'll go with VNL is just an obvious, great 3-letter. I don't know why. I don't even know what that could stand for, but when I look at VNL, it kind of looks good. It looks like it's an abbreviation for something.
Well, it could be VNL, it could be NL for Netherlands, V Netherlands.
Yeah, totally.
V in the first letter
VN
for virtual
Vietnam,
works very well.
NL for Netherlands. It's just a good name. It's a good name. And then I like lotto.com. I like CVs. I always have. I know Shane has too. I'm not going to tell. I've got quite a lot of them. They don't sell super often to end users, but when they do.
All right. Well, that's good, man. I think you've mentioned a handful of names.
Yeah, in Spanish, al lado is like next door, or next to. And so lado.com is kind of like a little bit slang. At least it is in Panama. So I like it. It's just a nice, easy to pronounce, easy to spell, great little 4-letter. I like it.
All right, cool. All right, Ammar, what about you, man? What names do you like?
So Drew mentioned the only one that I really liked, which was Polygons, and I agree. I think that's nice in the 5 to 10K range. Is probably as high as I would go. VNL, yeah, that's obvious. But okay, so the names, like, let's go with Matilda. I don't think anybody's going to call their company Matilda. So you got to hope, but maybe Matilda buys it. But I don't think people. I'm always surprised when first names.
It's one of the most common names in Portugal. It's one of the most common female names.
Yeah, but I don't know, and we can have a separate conversation. I don't know how. I guess first names are selling sometimes for a lot, but it's always surprising to me.
I'm kind of bullish on first names going forward.
They got to be really common first names, like Drew.
Yeah, they have to.
Yes,
totally.
Or
easy
John.
to spell first
Shane.com.
names, particularly female ones. I think are going to be really good because I think you're going to have just loads of these AI agents, and I think just human nature is such that they'll be more humanized, more brandable, more, let's say, acceptable with a human name. First name.
So my second favorite name,
we have a couple of names in the list today. A couple of the .nets.
the
And
.nets.
would you go ahead and mention them?
But my second favorite name I think I really like is Spiritualized, even though it's kind of awkward, but I do kind of like it. I don't know. I'm kind of the opposite of Drew. I don't love this list.
This list doesn't love Matilda. Doesn't love you. What do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
whatever.
Man.
You got Matilda. I mentioned. Yeah, you got Jim.net, you got Mason.net. So there's a bunch of names. Or would you say that they're all students of excellence? Perhaps. But go ahead, continue.
So look, Jim.net, that has potential.
Totally.
Right. That one I could see, I would bid on that one. But yeah.
Well, for Mason.net, what I think is interesting about Mason.net is that its first name, it's a very common last name. Also, Mason is a thing.
It's a career. It's a profession.
So I think that, to me, I think that one's interesting. It's like you compare that Jim.net's more valuable than Mason.net, but but I think Jim's a little more limited, maybe. I don't know, to the extent that you're into first name.net domains.
Yeah, you're right. Mason could be a business, it could be a brand, it could be a person. Jim is pretty much a person.
Could be a conspiracy site.
Jim. For Masons, for the Masons, yeah. Well, and then you have that WB Mason company that does all the office supplies. Who but Mason? Because I think that's literally what WB Mason stands for, is who but Mason, which is weird, but cool,
really?
I guess.
Are you serious?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Now I'm gonna have to, fact check that, but
let Billy fact check it.
Yeah.
What do you like, Shane?
It's actually. I'm sorry. It's William Betts Mason. It's the full name.
Yeah. You were on some.
But yours is pretty good.
But the slogan in 1986 they introduced its slogan, "Who but WB Mason." So there is a who but.
So you were off completely.
Or was I not? Was I right on? Maybe.
Well, you were kind of right, like completely wrong, but right.
It's like same, only different.
Yeah, exactly. It's correct, but not.
Right company, wrong story. Yeah. All right.
No, it's all the same company.
Okay, so I like prior.org. I love it as, remember, say history is money. That to me, I look at prior and I look at org, and it just, to me, gives it some legitimacy by having the org with the prior. So I think somebody could brand some kind of database of information.
It's like when you get pulled over and the cops like, you got any priors? It's like, check me out on prior.org.
That's right. Check my mugshot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that one. I think, and every time I see back to back, I just keep saying back to back.
Yeah. Back to back, I think he's great. That's a great name.
I love that name. I didn't think anyone was gonna mention. I was gonna mention it myself.
I mean, when we're branding something,
it is a great brand. But what do you like? What would you brand on it?
I think it could be clothing, could be like a lifestyle brand, back to back. The idea of continued success.
The two sexy ladies on the mud flaps that are back to back, looking all sexy. That
there
one.
You go.
You know that
flaps.
logo.
You're gonna sell those mud flaps alone. Get rich.
That's a big brand. There isn't an old truck that doesn't have those on the mud flaps. What's that brand called?
Back to back, baby.
No, I don't know. Okay, I think flash drive, like if I'm a new business and I'm doing a crypto wallet or I'm building a new brand, I could rebrand flash drive easy. To me, it exudes mobile information, wallet. Like I think I get it cheap because of exactly what you two said. Like, what do we don't use flash drives anymore? We don't, but everybody knows what it is.
It's actually not true. Mad people still use flash drives. I mean, Chinese Communist Party has stolen all the American intellectual property with flash drives. It's just mad useful.
And we're going to get back to our IDs are going to be flash. Like with this Zion thing, we're going to have like flash drive type identification because everybody's so worried about the computers getting stolen their information.
I just don't think they'll be called flash drives, right? Like I think
No, I think it'll be a brand though.
Yeah.
A brand called Flash Drive, not an actual physical product. I mean,
You know what it could be? Flash Drive would actually be a really dope name for like a delivery service or an Uber type of business or a
that's
you know, like a
super
little
fire.
last mile type of transportation business. Flash
I
Drive.
like that a lot.
That's hot.
and the fact
It's
it's
like-
only, I mean, I know it's
That's
early,
super dope. I like that
but
a lot.
it's doesn't
I just
have
talked
a lot of
myself
bitters.
into loving this name.
No, I really
build
like
out.
it. I think it yeah, so those are the obviously the ones everybody else said. Like vindication sounds negative, vindictive and
Yeah,
just not,
vindication. It's like I own
talking about?
assholes.com and I've always wanted to make a website just, I'm gonna put you in the hall assholes, and vindication.com is kind of the
I'm already
same thing.
on
It's
it.
like vindication.com, it's like get
Hey,
vindication.
what do you think about instead of asshole, asshole?
yeah.
I like that. Asshole. I'm going to see if that's available. Asshole.com.
Asshole. Huh.
I don't know. We've gone off. We're off the reservation officially, but I do like vindication, and I like a little shout out to Love and Marriage. It just reminds me of the Married with Children, right? Isn't that the theme song?
That's all
Love
it
and
is.
marriage,
Exactly what I think.
love and marriage
Yeah.
go together.
Yeah, so if you think about it, we talked
horse and carriage. This I tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other.
Do we just have to pay somebody for that?
We might. I don't know. Or
No,
someone's
man,
getting
not
paid.
in that key. Not in that key. You don't have to pay.
Exactly right.
No, the algorithm will.
That's a
definitely not
derivative
pick
work.
that up.
That's a derivative
This
work.
last one. Yeah. Guyana also. I mean, Guyana is a country. Guyana.org. In probably 99.9% of Americans don't even know that country exists.
I was going to say that's the problem with that name.
Yeah, but like one of my wife's best friends is French, and like her father lives in Guyana, and like there's a whole bunch of good corrupt business operations going on in Guyana. It's yeah, but it is a country.
Yeah,
they got peeps.
Mexico.org is coming up today or tomorrow. That one is.
I know.
Okay,
yeah, are you going for that?
I like that. I'm bidding on that one, but
all right, I'll let you have it then.
I will let you have it. You're so generous.
We can buy it together.
All right. So good stuff.
What was the name that we were supposed to buy together? It was a really good name that we both wanted.
Let's talk about it after. I don't know. Okay. You'll have to remind me, and then we'll talk about it.
All right. Well, that's the list, and we actually literally talked about every name on the list, which is rare. We usually and valeting or valeting.
So valeting. I mean, that's.
I almost took it off the list. I was like, but it had a high estimate value, so I thought it might be an interesting conversation.
It's a big business, but it's a dying business.
Yeah. The funny thing is, it actually has a remarkable amount of search, and the domain has traffic, which surprises me. Like, I don't know. I wonder if those are people searching for like jobs to be a valet, valeting.
I was a valet in college, so it helped. I made some money.
What helped me be a valet is I could drive stick. I'll never forget. They're like, "Can you drive stick shift?" And I go, "Yes." They go, "You're hired." And the next thing I'm driving Porsches, right? All the cars, the sports cars that nobody else could drive. I was a nervous wreck.
Yeah, that's
crazy when you think about that, and it was like, I remember when I used to work at this Wise Guy bar in New York. They would have me go get their cars and I'm like, so you want me to go start your car? Like, is that literally what I'm doing now? I'm getting paid to go start some mobster's fucking, Benz. And like, I'm like, you better tip well. You know what I mean? Like, this is.
Hold up. Okay, guys, we are all wrong. We are all ignorant. Okay.
Oh, okay. Tell me why.
Valeting actually has nothing to do with parking cars. It has to do with.
It's also like a assistant type thing, like a valet, your personal.
No. It's funny. I'm like trying to understand what are people actually searching for when they're searching Google for valeting.
Yeah.
And the number one sub search is what is the difference between detailing and valeting? And I'm like, who's stupid enough to not understand that difference? Well, it turns out we all are. So I Googled, further, and valeting is actually the process of removing dust. Hold on, I just had it.
It's an extensive method for cleaning your car, basically. It's like,
valeting is generally considered a more thorough cleaning process than detailing, which focuses on specific areas only, such as wheels and paint.
See?
I don't think
this would make all of us.
I disagree, Drew.
Dude,
sorry.
Google it. Look at there is valeting detail specials, fresh car valeting. All of these things. There's hundreds of companies.
I understand
something valeting.
But it's also what I'm telling you here. A valet is a man's personal male attendant responsible for his clothes and appearance.
Sure. But I'm talking about valeting with the ing on it.
Right. No, maybe, but I don't think
And us learning this would make us
students of excellence.
Thank you. That is going to be the name of today's show, by the way. And and valeting in the sense that you are talking about, Ammar, would also be to buttle, or having a butler, right, or a manservant, and all cool, good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Drew, is that AG1 you're drinking?
Man, no. AG1 is I do use AG1, but usually when we're traveling,
I love it.
The real deal. This is just the greens and the whole joint just all in the juicer, fresh every morning.
Love it.
It's good stuff. All right, well, cool. So all right, so that's the NameJetGonnaJet list. Thank you to our friends at NameJet.
A giant, big old bowl of pills.
Great. Let's go. Let's turn up. So all right, so now we are in the grand closing segment of the show. Let's talk about anything we have not already covered or talked about. Does anybody have anything? Couple of things coming up. I mean, it's October, so it's still some time. But for Domain Sherpa, we're going to do our Sherpaween show. So we'll look to get that scheduled here in the next couple of weeks. Excited about that. And then once we get into the new year, from a broader domain industry standpoint, we've got the ICA meetup in Vegas. So,
and I'm putting together a pickleball tournament there. So whoever hasn't been playing, start playing and sign up.
I feel bad you brought all your gear to LA and we didn't get a chance to actually play.
I'll get my redemption in Vegas.
That's it. I like it. You
get my vindication. Vindication in Vegas.
Come on, you know the rules per contract. If you have the opportunity to use a name from the list, you're supposed to use it.
I just did. I'm a vindicate on all of you.
Vindicate. Let's go. Shane, what about you, man? Anything else in your world?
No, it's definitely Christmas time and gift time for honey sales. My goodness, I only wanted to get a certain size, but it was crazy. I had one person order 82 bottles of honey the other day. And I woke up and I'm like, I guess Daddy knows what he's doing today. And my wife just shook her head because she knows there was going to be honey everywhere. Like one drop of honey on the floor is honey in the whole house. So
82 bottles. Is the guy going to resell them on eBay? Or
female? No, she got it for gifts. And, and the only reason I knew it was for gifts is I counted those things 100 times, and it took me 6 boxes. And then she emailed me, and I was hoping she was gonna say thank you, but she said you left out one of the pen bottles, and I'm like, oh my god. But I mean, it's a lot of honey. I was counting as many times, but no, it is relaxing to pour honey and just kind of sit there and fill the bottles. But I eat so much, I eat so much honey. I'm sure my sugar levels are off the chart, but it's at least good sugar.
Yeah,
but that's all I've been doing is filling that, and I'm back into domains, paying a lot of attention to domains and talking to people and getting back into it. I like everybody talking about domains may be down because that's when I like to get into things. I love when down times or when everybody tells me the world's ending. I love to walk into the fire. So I'm hoping it's not, but at the same time, I'm a builder and I'm a patient man.
Well,
so
everything's a cycle. So it's down. It'll come back up and then it'll go back down.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, I mean, you look at these auction prices for domains, and we even look within our own business. I mean, it's I guess there, I mean, it's slow maybe in certain ways. It's sort of you kind of have these pockets, but when you look at what names are selling for, and we look at how active our business is, it's pretty. This doesn't seem like a downtime, but
no, I mean, and the funny thing is, they'll say I haven't sold anything in a week, and I feel like you haven't sold anything in a week. Come on, that's just a domain investor talking. But no, it's all's good. Like it's like I said, it's a great time of year. It's getting closer to the holidays and cool weather and busy times, and it's been, I told Drew before the show, it'll be a year here in a couple of weeks that I've been retired. I cannot believe that a year passed of me being retired. It's just ridiculous. It went so fast. Time flies. So it's been super busy.
I know, it is that time. All right, Drew, anything on your end, bud?
Nope. No.
Hey, Drew, are you going to make it out to ICA or no?
No, unfortunately not. We just booked a big trip. We are going to leave the end of December, and we're going to go to Thailand for 2 months.
Okay.
A little over 2 months. So we will be posting up in Thailand for 2 months. Unfortunately, I would love to be there. I actually was really looking forward to going to that one, but it is not going to be in the cards. But I'm going to be in Thailand and popping around Southeast Asia a little bit while there. And that's going to complete my 7 continents. The last continent. I've never been in Asia.
The last continent. That sounds like that'll be the title of the memoir, you know. And but yeah, and but for those of us that will be there, we'll do an on-location live Sherpa, and we'll get to we'll be involved. And
what week is it? What day is it again? Just off the cuff.
End of January or middle of January?
Like
it's actually near middle of January.
I think I'm gonna.
It's like the 21st.
I can tell you right now. It is the 17th to the 19th of January.
Let's go.
All right. How long's the drive from Denver to Las Vegas? Is it a long drive?
Far.
Yeah.
It is far.
I mean,
when I get out west, I get so confused where I'm at. Like again, Colorado's closer to Texas than it is,
Yeah, I mean,
that's an 11-hour. That's an 11-hour drive.
So 2 days.
So crazy. It feels so much closer, but yeah.
You're like, it should be so easy. But anyway, so excited about the ICA meetup. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Will be good to see a lot of people, and Vegas in January, always a good time. And like I said, we'll have some things going on in the meantime, and on Sherpa and otherwise, and so it is what it is. All right, well, look, guys, we are out of time. I want to say thank you so much for being here on the show, being my co-host with me today, and giving your excellence to the audience, to the students out there. And speaking of the students in the audience, like I say on every show, without you, there is no us. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. You know that it is all love. Let us know if, we're not hard to find. If you have anything you want to tell us, good, bad, ugly, or otherwise. And we'll keep doing what we do. And whether we hear from you or not, we'll still see you next time here on Domain Sherpa, where all roads lead to domains. Peace out, everybody. We'll see y'all soon.
Peace.